welcome you into Marist Madness, your one-stop shop for all things Red Fox Athletics. Mike Duda alongside Will Shemirani, and we got plenty to go over today. Winter sports in full swing. It's basketball season, but fall sports with their young teams had a lot of promising seasons. Women's soccer and football, we'll get to them, but we started off with the nationally ranked men's soccer squad. Sitting pretty at 6-0-2 and undefeated in the MAC, Marist clears the top 20 nationally for the first time in program history, feeling on top of the world. But things went downhill fast. A 1-4-2 record since their national ranking, all in MAC play, leading us to these standings entering the last day of the season. Marist needs help on the last day of play, but none of it matters if they lose the last game of the year. Thus, they head to Jersey City to face the second worst team in the conference, St. Peter's, in hopes of avoiding a historic collapse.
Picking things up in the 13th minute of play, Kyle Evans receives the long ball pass. He's able to dodge past the defender, and he shoots that one on net. Marist up 1-0. Now, Marist looking to extend their lead. Chris Verhoel snipes that one in, doubling the lead, 2-0 Marist. Now, senior defender Skylar Kuna crosses it in. Miles Douglas finds it. Marist up 3-0, and look at this save from Jamie Lowell. Incredible athleticism there. Marist wins it.
With the win, Marist needed 2 of the 3 following teams to not win, either draw or lose. Niagara, Manhattan, and Quinnipiac. The Purple Eagles won 2-0 over Canisius, but the Jaspers fell to Iona 3-1. So it all rides on Quinnipiac, and they had a 3-2 victory in North Andover over Merrimack. Marist did not receive the help they needed, and thus a top 20 team in the nation failed to make a mid-major conference tournament. Despite this collapse, Marist did have a successful soccer program. It was just on the women's side, a young team that had a pretty good campaign and found themselves in the MAC playoffs. They were in the quarterfinals up in Buffalo, taking on Canisius.
Marist takes on Canisius in the MAC quarterfinals. The last time these two faced off, Marist won in a 2-goal shutout victory. Look at this pass right here. Skylar Cornell to Azaria Fagan, who punches it in. Just incredible work there on the replay. Look at that header. She punches it in. Canisius up 1-0. Now, Marist on the attack. They need something to keep their season alive, but that is easily saved. Marist could not find the back of the net, and that is a 1-0 victory for Canisius.
Well, men's soccer and women's soccer are both out, but football is still in play. They are looking for their first 500 season since 2021, and the first time reaching the 6-win mark since 2013. Will, did they do it?
The 5-6 Marist Red Foxes traveling to play the 9-2 Presbyterian. Marist looking for a win to end their season. Presbyterian, Colin Hurst looking. He finds Dominic Kibbe for the 1-yard touchdown. Presbyterian goes up 13-0. Marist still down here in the third quarter with no points, but that changes. Will Odell finds Connor Holstein. Marist on the board. Marist back with it here at the goal line. Odell rolls right. He's scrambling. He's going to make his way in for the rushing touchdown. Marist in the lead now. Presbyterian back with the ball. Colin Hurst maneuvering in the pocket. He throws it. That is Nathan Levicki for the touchdown. Presbyterian goes up 22-17. They went for 2 and didn't get it. Marist back on the attack here. That is Carter James who punches it in for the touchdown. In this back and forth, Marist takes back the lead. They're looking to go for 2. Odell has it. He's looking, and he finds Jeremy DeCaro for the 2-point conversion. Marist up by 3. Presbyterian back with it, looking to score and take the lead late. Look at the push, and he's in. Presbyterian takes a 29-25 lead, and that would be the final score. Presbyterian wins.
Joined live in studio by redshirt sophomore football linebacker James Cratchville. Cratch, at the end of this season, 5-7 overall with just a negative 10-point differential. Compare that to last year, 1-10, negative 202. What was the catalyst for this change?
We just had everybody kind of buy into the culture, and that really just raised, the bar for the team. Like, we knew we were capable of winning games last year. Ultimately, it didn't happen, but, this year we all kind of bought into the fact that we could be a PFL championship team. We lost a couple games by less than 5 points, and, we had the lead at the last drive, but we're at that level of, being a top team in the PFL, and we know that as a team. We just, need to take that next step for next year.
And like we were talking about earlier, 3 games. If 3 total minutes go a different way, you guys are 8-4. So overall, what's the vibe in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we lost a couple games that we feel we should have won, but you can't say that at the end of the day. Are the vibes high? We were 5-7, so it's not as best as it can be, but significantly better than last year. The guys know that, although we only won 5 games, like this was a good season. You know, it's not a failure by any means. We're really in every game, so it just shows the grit that we have, and you know, just to continue to fight every game.
It was a good season. James Cratchfield, thank you for taking the time, as we'll throw it back to the desk. Quite the promise on the fall sports side of things, but nothing more prominent than the last year start for Marist men's basketball. Last year, they started 20-6, 13-3 in the MAC, including wins over Richmond, Army, Quinnipiac, Merrimack, and Iona. Many thought the team could rank higher than a 16 seed if they won the MAC or even earn an at-large bid. However, the team dropped their next 4 regular season conference games and came up short in AC, closing out the 24-25 season as a first-round exit.
Marist would also lose their best player, Josh Pasquarelli, who wound up transferring to Colorado State. Pasquarelli was an MAC all-rookie team and a first-team all-MAC, averaging 13 points a game. He would leave, and the Red Foxes would also lose Jackson Price to graduation, who averaged nearly 10 points a game and 4 rebounds last season. His late-season injury was one of the downfalls for the team. But that doesn't mean they didn't bring in some talent. 25-year-old Rajon Blackwell comes to Marist with 121 collegiate games under his belt, previously playing at JUCO Florida Southwestern, McNeese State, and D2 USC Aiken. They also brought in sophomore Justin Maynard, who came over from fellow MAC rival Iona. He is a real three-point threat, and Mike actually had a chance to catch up with him.
Joined live by sophomore guard for the Marist men's basketball team, Justin Maynard, by way of Iona University. Justin, you decided to transfer, of course, from Iona to Marist. What about this basketball program led you here?
100%. I mean, just coming to a winning program. They had a lot of guys returning, which is pretty rare in this age of college basketball, obviously. So seeing the core guys they had come back, an opportunity to play, and of course with a coaching staff like this that values winning, it was a pretty easy decision.
A couple of new transfers yourself, Rajon Blackwell. What kind of expectations do you and the coaching staff have for these new guys?
Yeah, just to come in and help winning in whatever way we need to, whether it's playing defense, making shots, making an extra pass, just doing what the coaches need us to do and contribute to winning.
Maximize your talent. Go try and win the MAC. Justin Maynard, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, man.
Blackwell, Menard, and the Marist Red Foxes had quite the tall task, though, to begin their next season in 25-26, kicking it off against Richard Pitino in his Big East head coaching debut. Marist opens their season in Cincinnati with Big East foe Xavier for the first time in program history. After getting off to a 9-2 Marist start, the Musketeers worked their way back with a strong close to the half. Now early in the second, Xavier up 10. Trey Carroll throws it down for the slam. The FAU transfer finished with 11 points, but shot just 4 of 14 from the field. Xavier up 12. 2 minutes later, Malik Messina Moore drives for the lay. He'll go in and one. Team high 16 points for the former Montana Grizzly as Xavier maintains the double-digit lead. Xavier's next possession, Messina Moore once again through traffic, converts on the mid-ranger. Xavier pulling away. They're up 13 with 10 to go. Next possession, Captain Jaden Collins-Roberts, a hook pass and a beauty to Jordan Gabriel, who knocks in the layup. Marist inching closer. 5 to go. Foxes down by 10. 25-year-old Rajon Blackwell nailing the tough triple. He draws the foul and converts at the line. 4 left. Foxes down 4. Blackwell, front iron. Collins-Roberts, clean up service from the captain. Marist down by just 2. You can get the feeling, but a miracle prayer from Gabriel won't fall as Xavier pulls away with the 66-62 victory. Marist now 1-16 against the Big East. Over to winless women's basketball, looking for their first win at home against Holy Cross. Early first quarter, it's the freshman Justine Henry, a 3-ball. She led the team with 21 points, a tie with someone that we'll see later. 30 seconds to go. Foxes up by 2. Caitlin Flanagan driving through bodies and completes the layup. It's a tie game with 30 ticks to go. Next possession, who wants it? It's the captain, Jackie Pittick. No good from mid-range, and the Crusaders get the rebound. Now 2.8 ticks remaining in regulation. Inbound for Simone Foreman, but the pass is botched, and an air ball followed. We are going to overtime in Poughkeepsie. Early in the frame, Foxes up by 3. It'll be Foreman again. Drive, good line. She's hyped, converts on the free throw, and it's all knotted at 75 apiece. 13 seconds, Marist down 2. Who else but JP2 off the inbound, driving, clear the lane. She got it, and 1. Tied at 77 with a chance for a Marist lead. Pittick to the line, looking for the 3-point play. A career-high 21 points for the captain, capped off by the made free throw. Timeout, Holy Cross. Marist bench roaring. One last chance. Meg Callahan, air ball, and Marist wins the thriller in OT, 78-77. Well, it's been quite the exciting start to the winter season for Marist men's and women's basketball, and quite the season in the fall. This has been our edition of Marist Madness. Take care, and we'll see you next time.